I'm gonna beat you up, Joker. Yeah, we're both gonna beat you up. I don't think so, Batman. You're not gonna beat me up. My goons will get you. Go ahead, Joker henchmen guys. Go beat... You know, playing with action figures is the equivalent of watching this movie. Because when you play with action figures, you completely surround yourself in a world of nonsense. And when kids play with, action figures, nothing has to make sense because they're action figures. That is the exact same thing here with, Batman and Robin. And I believe Captain Logan, who does superhero movie reviews called Superhero Rewind, he's awesome. He basically said that exact same thing, that this is nothing but a toy commercial, basically. Because it's just made just to sell toys to kids. And at the same time, it's making a bunch of stupid sexual innuendo jokes, which, make you think, well, if it's a movie for kids, why does it have sexual innuendo jokes in this? Like, for example, Poison Ivy in the movie says something to Mr. Freeze like, I'll help you grab your rocks. Oh, funny. Not really. I'm over-exaggerating, but it's not funny. But this movie is just a toy commercial, just a 2-hour, a toy commercial with a budget. Because it has a bunch of corny, cheesy, stupid lines and a bunch of toys in it, basically. Because, that's all it is. Like, look at the movie, and, then look at a toy commercial, and you're like, well, what's the difference? Like seriously, Captain Logan put it best. That's he said something along those lines, like I said before. That's exactly what this is, dude. You are completely right. Because whenever I was watching this movie, I was thinking, it's just a toy commercial. Because every other second, it's promoting something that will probably be in the commercial for the movie. Like towards the end of the movie, Mr. Freeze is freezing all of Gotham, and then they ride in on a Bat snowmobile, like Batman, Robin, and Batgirl. They ride in on Bat snowmobiles. Like, when did he have the time to make these? And when did he think to himself, gotta think of it, I think I need a Bat snowmobile. Oh, not just a Bat snowmobile, a couple Bat snowmobiles. Because that's the smart thing. Yeah, waste all my money on Bat snowmobiles. That makes complete sense. But, other than that, the movie, it's just a bad movie in general. It's got some of the worst acting ever in it. The action scenes are completely terribly shot. And just, it's basically if they took all the bad things from Batman Forever and multiplied it by 1,000 and put that in this movie. But give Batman and Batman Forever some credit. It at least took itself seriously, unlike this movie, where it's literally just a live-action cartoon put on screen. In fact, Joel Schumacher, the director of this movie, went ahead and said every single time he was shooting the movie, remember, people, it's a cartoon. I'm not even kidding. Look that up. It's true. And it's just, and also the movie just feels jumbled. It's the same thing with, Spider-Man 3. It feels like they just went with, they had a billion ideas and just went with them all. Because they had, a bunch of villains in this movie. They got Mr. Freeze, they got Poison Ivy, they got Bane, yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah, 3 villains in there. And none of them are as good as their comic book or cartoon counterparts. Bane in this movie is a complete and utter laughingstock in this movie. In the comics, in a specific comic, I believe it was called Nightfall, Bane not only was one of the only people to figure out Batman's secret identity as Bruce Wayne, but he broke into Wayne Manor, broke into the Batcave, and broke Batman's back. And Batman had to find a replacement for a while to fight crime while he healed. He was one of the most intelligent villains of all in the Batman's Rogues Gallery, whatever. And, he was really intelligent, and that's one of the things I am really looking forward to in The Dark Knight Rises. And here, he is retarded. It's like they took the Bane from the comics, put him in a really ridiculous suit, painted him green, gave him a lobotomy, and just told him to say all this stupid nonsense. That's exactly what, he is here. Uma Thurman portrays, what's her face? Poison Ivy. I'm so pissed off I can't even remember. She portrays Poison Ivy in this movie. And I'm not really sure what to think. I actually, to be fair, Poison Ivy is one of the many Batman villains I don't really know about, so I'm not sure if she played it right. One thing is for sure, her acting was atrocious in this movie. Like, completely. Like, she looked like she forgot half of her lines and just improvised them. And they weren't even that good improvised. They sounded stupid. And Arnold Schwarzenegger, you know, I don't really know what I can say about Arnold Schwarzenegger in this movie, because everyone has said it over a billion times. He is, you know, Arnold Schwarzenegger, he's one of those actors that's bad, but he's so, but, you know, he's trying, and you'll give him, you know, the benefit of the doubt, or whatever. Here, he's so bad, it's actually kind of funny. You know, he's constantly making those really unbelievably annoying ice puns, and, you know, all that. And, you know, yet he's still really entertaining. And that's one thing I can give this movie credit for. It's so bad, it's entertaining. But that's not saying much. It's still really bad. But, you know, it's still, you know, kind of entertaining, I guess. But who are the other people? Other people we have in this movie are George Clooney as Batman. Now, it's kind of funny because while Val Kilmer was sort of okay as both Batman and Bruce Wayne, George Clooney is only good as Bruce Wayne. He was a good choice for Bruce Wayne, but he doesn't do anything to play Batman differently than he does Bruce Wayne. He never changed his voice. He's never that intimidating. He's literally just George Clooney if he went to a Halloween shop, put on a Batman suit, and ran around saying, "Hey, I'm Batman." Nothing different. He's just playing George Clooney in a bat suit. He didn't play Bruce Wayne. He didn't play Batman. He just played, you know, George Clooney in a bat suit. That's it. And we also have Chris O'Donnell, who plays Robin in this movie. And I give him the benefit of the doubt in Batman Forever. He wasn't that bad in Batman Forever. But here, he is so annoying in this movie. Every scene that he's in, he's just bitching and moaning. I want to save Gotham. I want to kiss, you know, Poison Ivy. You know, it's all that, and he's just annoying as hell, and he's just... God, you just want to, like, you know, shoot yourself by the end of this movie. That's how annoying he is. We also have Alicia Silverstone, who portrays Barbara Gordon, a.k.a. Batgirl. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, not Barbara Gordon, Barbara Wilson, because in the comics, Barbara Gordon was the daughter of the police commissioner, Jim or James Gordon, whatever you want to call him. And it's not, and you're probably saying, oh, why didn't they call him, you know, Barbara Gordon in this movie? You know, they do, you know, have Commissioner Gordon in here. But, you know, that's my same question too. He's in this movie, but the thing is, the only reason why I think they didn't put, you know, have her be, you know, the commissioner's daughter here is because she, you know, they never did anything with, what's his face? Commissioner Gordon. Commissioner Gordon in these movies suck ass. He does not do anything as police commissioner. He does nothing. He couldn't stop a guy, you know, running across the street without, you know, hey, Batman, can you get that guy over there? You know, he's just pointless. So maybe that's the reason why they had her be Barbara, you know, Wilson. Also, apparently they say she's, you know, British, because she's coming in from, like, London or something like that. She did not even try to make a British accent. Like, you know, a lot of people will try to do a British accent, and they'll fail and just stop. She did not even try. They say she's part British. I believe Alfred's part British. She's related to Alfred. And then they make, you know, like, and she doesn't do a single, you know, British accent in this movie. It's like, yeah, you're sure, you know, are British. That's why you don't have a British accent, you idiot. You know, seriously. Also, she's completely terrible, you know, in this movie. I haven't seen many Alicia Silverstone movies. You know, I'm not sure if she's a good actress or a bad actress, but she was absolutely terrible in this movie. Now, what else can I say about this movie? The back credit card? Like, what has not been said about that little credit card that hasn't been said over a billion times? It's stupid, yeah. And the thing is, the thing that just makes me, you know, just want to slap myself is that this movie is actually more ridiculous than the 60s show. And I think that's what Joel Schumacher wanted to go for. He wanted to make it more ridiculous, you know, stuff like that. But the thing is, you know, like, it was necessary back then. You know, like, a lot of people will probably question this movie, you know, saying, like, oh, so many Batman fans like the original 60s shows and 60s comics, why don't they like this movie? Which is a good argument, but the only reason that the only other argument I could say is that back then, it was okay for them to release, you know, like, movies or, you know, shows or comics, you know, about superheroes that, you know, were silly because it was appropriate back then. But today, even back when this movie came out, and even in the late 80s, you couldn't really do that or else you get rebooted or you don't get another movie made like this. Because this movie is more ridiculous than the 60s show, which is insane because in the 60s show, you have Batman and the Joker going surfing. How can you get more ridiculous than that? But they did. Oh, they did. And that's what we have here. Batman and Robin. God! You know, the title does not make any sense either. Because, you know, you don't have Batman and Robin, but you have Batgirl in it too. It's like, why didn't they just call Batman Forever Batman and Robin and then just call Batman and something, something, something? Like, that would have been a better title, but would have saved the movie. But still, it's still a bad movie. It's terrible. But you know what? I'm going to give it a 1 out of 10 Batarangs. And some people probably say, ludicrous! How can you give this movie that rating? Even giving it the lowest rating is still bad. But the thing is, the only saving thing about this movie, besides it being so silly, it's kind of funny and watchable, is that Joel Schumacher, the director of this movie, fessed up, and he said, I don't remember the quote, but he said something along the lines of, you know, if anyone was disappointed by this movie, I am sincerely sorry, because he was just trying to make a good movie, and he sort of messed up on it. That is the only reason why I'm giving this movie a 1, because this movie, you know, he apologized. And this is considered to be the death of superhero movies, of comic book movies. Because there hasn't been a Batman, so when this movie was made, it was almost a decade until they actually made another Batman movie. He sincerely apologized to the fans. He was awake. He was the one that was making the movie. He knew what he was doing. And he sincerely apologized. That I completely agree. I'm fine with. Because, you know, I can say, okay, yeah, the movie was bad. The movie was shit. But thank you for apologizing. And that's what I completely still respect Joel Schumacher as director. Because he did make some good movies. You know, he made a couple good movies. I forgot their names, but he still made a couple good movies that, you know, were entertaining. But ever since this, there has not been another Batman movie until Batman Begins, directed by Christopher Nolan. And, you know, and there were actually going to be some Batman movies made in between it. There's going to be a Batman Year One movie, which I believe was supposed to be directed by Darren Aronofsky. There was going to be a Batman Beyond movie. There was going to be a Batman vs. Superman movie, which is, like, completely retarded. There was even going to be a Batman, you know, there's actually going to be a bunch of other Batman movies before this. Like, there was actually, and Batman Returns Two-Face was supposed